Howdy how folks, how are you all doing? So, the open beta for Conquerors Blade has just come to a close, and I think a lot of people joined in and jumped in on this open beta and thoroughly enjoyed it. I was actually streaming it a little bit over the weekend, and I had a couple of guys jump onto my Discord who I actually met inside the game, and we were kind of playing along, and it was good old fun, and I'm really looking forward to that when the actual full game releases, hopefully next month. There's a few rumblings, it may be very soon. I'm not going to tell you what my source is, because they've been kind of hyping the game up a lot more recently, and they've been pushing a lot more stuff out recently. I kind of can see this happening or opening very soon, hopefully in May, if not a little bit after. So like I said, I'm not going to tell you where I'm getting this information from, but that's what it's kind of looking like to me at the minute. So there's no definitive information saying that there is a release date, but from what has been happening over the past couple of months and how well this open beta has gone and how many people jumped in, I think it's going to be very soon. If not early access release, then it will be another open beta, I'm sure, or even a closed beta to try and test the servers a little bit more. But I think they did a lot of testing in the last couple of weeks, because they actually had the game go in for a week. So they had the open beta over the weekend, and then they closed it down to a closed beta, and I think a lot of people jumped on board with it. So what I'm showing you is at the first kind of starting screens, I'm showing you a couple of the character selects as well, the weapon selects, which I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in a different video, because you get different weapons with female or male characters, and I'm going to be looking over all that in the next couple of videos that I do for the game. Should you be excited about Conquerors Blade though? So I'm actually getting to the title of the video now. Should you be excited for Conquerors Blade? Damn right you should be. You should be really hyping yourself up for this game, because it is going to be amazing. So in the open beta that's just gone, they actually put out the open world maps where you can run around, you can take over settlements, you can fight bandits, you can take resources from different nodes, and it's a really nice addition to the game. It gives you a whole different feel to the game. Like, this is where the Mountain Blade feeling of the game now is starting to come into it. So the battles and everything, they did feel a bit Mountain Bladey mixed with a bit of Dynasty Warriors, which I have covered in a previous video. But this is where the real Mountain Blade feel of the game is starting to come into now, with the world map, and you can take your army around, and you've got to choose how many people you take with you, because the amount of people you take with you is going to obviously consume your food faster, which you can replenish from your own camp, or you can go and take it from farm nodes. But obviously it's going to limit your range of how much you can move around the map without having to actually stop to replenish your stocks and everything. But obviously if you take a smaller army out with you into the world map and you get attacked by bandits or another player, then you're going to have a more difficult time of actually fending them off and fighting against them. So there is a real strategy element to the open worldness, which I'm really looking forward to exploring more. Unfortunately, I didn't get a huge amount of time to play the open world bit, because I was focusing mainly on the battles, which I'm absolutely loving still, even though there was really only 2 maps that were being played mostly through the open beta, because everyone seemed to just select the first 2 maps. They were really good fun, and every time you played them it was a whole different story as such. Like, you don't know who's going to win until right to the end, and it is really good fun, and I am massively looking forward to jumping in and playing this properly, leveling up my character, building my character, and customizing my character to how I want him to be played. And it's going to be totally different to anyone else's character, and this is going to be an amazing thing about this game. Is you may have people all armoured up and armed up with the same weapons, but they're going to be built slightly differently, and they're going to be able to bring different things to the table, to the battle, and that's where this game is going to absolutely shine. Let alone all the house stuff, so you can join houses, which are guilds, which you can then use to, or you can kind of get into battles with as well. You can take over settlements, you can take over towns, you can take over cities on the world map. And when you go into the world map and you try and take over a city, that will then obviously go into one of the battle scenarios, and depending on how many people you have and people are defending, it's anyone's guess who's going to win, and there's going to be some real strategy to the game. Once guilds and houses start taking over settlements and people start to vie for power in taking them over, retaking them and all the rest of it, there's going to be massive strategy elements to this game. It's not going to be just about brute strength, about troop numbers, about anything like that. There's going to be some real need for strategy, some flanks, some bombardments, all that kind of stuff in the game, so you can actually get an upper hand and take over cities once the AI have lost them. I think once the AI have lost them to a house and actual real people own the cities, it's going to be an amazing game, because it's just going to be constantly dynamic and there's going to be battles all the time. So there is something for everyone in this game, I believe. I really do. If you're into the medieval stuff, if you're into Mountain Blade, Dynasty Warriors, any of the strategy games, you are really, I think, gonna jump at joy when you get into playing this, because there's something for everyone in this game and everyone can bring something to this game, especially if you are part of a house and you've got different people bringing different skills. It's all going to blend and mix really well together, and you need to find that dynamic which is going to allow your house to be the top house and take over all the towns in the game. So like I said, I'm going to release more videos as the weeks go by, looking at the game in more depth, looking at the character classes and everything like that. If there is anything you want me to explore in particular in the game, then please do let me know and I will create a video on that. Let me know in the comments below. Leave me a like if you liked the video, leave me a dislike if you didn't, let me know why if you didn't, just so I don't make the same mistake again. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I hope to see you in the next one.